Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my live videos or all my feeds, just simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Well, here we are on a Friday morning. It is a glorious Friday morning here. I've been up crack of dawn before the sun was even up today. I was up bright and early, a little bit, some sleep stuff issues going on for me energetically. The energy has been very high. The energy has been a little bit intense the last couple days, and with that full moon coming in, and now we've got the 777 portal that's opening up. A lot going on energetically, and I'm not sure if you guys have been feeling that or not, but it's been intense, and we all feel energy very differently. How I feel energy be different from how some of you may feel energy, and it just has to do with our own awareness and how we respond to it. And some people, and even for me, sometimes I'm not affected at all by it. It's like, what? There's an energetic shift. Couldn't feel it coming. But and that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to feel into that. But sleep has been a big issue for many with this intense energy. I'm also curious, if you can kind of answer me in the chat here. Is anybody having trouble with their knees? Like, are you feeling your knees, or have your knees been sore? I'm just curious if anybody's struggling with their knees, and then I'll get to that in a little bit, as to why I'm asking. But I'm just, if anybody having, yes, so Joy's having trouble with her knees. Anybody else having either a stiffness or achy, or have you had like a minor injury of your knee? Yeah, a couple yeses. Yeah, slightly. Yeah, a little bit. No, my wrist. Okay, Diane with her wrist. Yeah, so some yeses. So I just want to tackle this a little bit with the knees. So with our knees are bridges with sorry, let me rephrase that. Our knees are energetic bridges. So it's like a bridge where energy can kind of come through and cross throughout our body, and from the spirit or from the our spiritual energy in from our physical body. It's like the bridges. So quite often when there's something intense going on energetically, and we're taking in that energy, it crosses the bridges and through our knees. Now, is it possible that you're feeling it somewhere else? Maybe you're feeling it in your wrists or your shoulders. Yeah, 100%. But a lot of people are, most frequently people will feel it in their knees. And with this 7-7 portal, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I've got a few different things to say about it. And I think what is really important is always kind of looking how energy affects you. Not everything is textbook appropriate, right? So not everything that's written or anything, what people feel about certain portals or energy, it might not affect you, and that's totally okay, right? So just kind of lean into it. If it resonates, great. If there's things going on around you, you can kind of say, that does fit the 7-7 portal. So July 7th, here we are today. We just went through a big, nice, beautiful super moon, and the 777 numbers are in front of us. And what does this mean? Well, if you tap into numerology, into angel numbers, there's a few different translations in there, but it's a big sign of completeness and divine timing that signifies to our soul and spirit that there's an alignment coming up that's in front of us, that's right in front of us, and up to us to kind of pick up and lean into deeper alignment, more balance, maintaining a balanced life. 7 represents psychic growth and intuition. Quite often when we're navigating through this kind of energy, you may notice that your dreams are more significant. You may be more aware of your emotions. You may be feeling like you're more emotional. You also may be feeling the need to speak how you're really feeling about something, because truth is all wrapped up in that. And then sometimes when we're going through it, like, an energetic portal like this, it's very, very heightened, and it's because it's tripled, right? It's tripled in energy. So there's more of that effect. Now, what quite often happens during these periods of time is we may not have an understanding of what's going on. You may be a little bit more explosive. Like, just for example, let's say I want to tell you about how I'm feeling. I may come across with an intensity to my energy, or an intensity about how I'm speaking it. If something's kind of been on on your nerves for a while or bothering you, your knee-jerk reactions may be amplified because the energy around you has tripled. Sometimes it's about just bringing into our awareness as to why we're feeling so amplified. Like, I got up this morning, like, just raring to go with something to say, and it's amplified because of the energy that's around. So does it affect relationships? Yeah, quite often. And what's really interesting is a lot of people feel the pull for more social, when to be more social with this type of energy that's around. We're pulled more into that collectiveness. We're pulled more into the oneness, because that's what it's all about to begin with. Spirituality and our spiritual selves, it's all about this oneness. So, and I will go back and catch some of your comments. I'm just going to chit chat, and then I'll go back and read through some of the comments. But if you're feeling pulled to be more sociable or to get out more over the next couple days, it's that portal that's opening, that's saying, hey, you're not alone here. And what's really, really, really interesting is there was a time in history where the Palladians were coming in more to help humanity. And with the 7/7 portal open, we often feel that energy and the Palladian energy coming in to kind of help us. Some of you may feel more spiritually connected over the next couple of days. You may feel more of that authentic self. And it's that Palladian energy and the energy that they have and that they held here, it kind of leaks in a little bit and heads this way and kind of holding us into that space. So it's a really interesting realization that many of us have this heightened awareness that love is the key. And sometimes that may come through as fuzzy bunny, but that's truly what this is all about. And love being the key, and to holding that space even when things are rough, even when people are going through their stuff, even when there's lack of support, even when you're feeling that hard on yourself, even when people, that is the key. And it's amplified when these portals are open up. And it's also very interesting is that you may be feeling streams of energy. You may be feeling like all of a sudden I just got this huge energetic boost, followed by I think I need to rest. A huge energetic boost followed by I think I need to rest. There are strands of our DNA that will be going through an increase in knowledge, an increase in connection. As this portal opens up, we will get like more enlightened information, and how that comes to you will be very individualized. So always keep that in mind. It's very individualized, what affects you and what you're going through, and how you react to the energetic portals that open up around us, because they do really open up around us all the time. This isn't like an only time to absorb some of this energy or to get an upgrade. So just kind of be careful on that, because we can tap into that pretty much anytime, right? So, just kind of lean into where your alignment is. Trust and allowing processes is going to be a little bit louder. You may also feel the need to break free of what doesn't serve you, whether that be relationships or habits. It's going to become amplified over the next couple days. And then the whole choice and free will comes in. So if, for example, you may have thoughts of, I got to get out of this situation, whether it be relationship or work wise, and it's going to come into you as a wave of awareness. I really need to change this relationship. I really need to change this now. So and that energy is coming at you at a loud volume, and then it's up to you to whether or not you're ready, if you want to pick that back up or not, or if you want to look at where the balance is. If you want to, it's almost like a presentation. The That's a really good way of putting it. Thank you, Spirit. Is it will be served to you as a presentation of how you're feeling, or what's been underlying, or what's been going on. The volume will just be turned up for the next couple days. So that is the 7/7 portal in a nutshell. Really good time to cleanse, really good time to kind of shift open-mindedness and to ascend a little bit and to learn something. It's a really good time over the next couple days to just explore energetically. Just explore and kind of sitting a little bit with your feelings. Emotions may be running a little high within you. You may cry easier the next couple days. You may be just more aware of what's going on around you. You may sometimes, it'll come in like a wave of releasing. And why is it so amplified? It's because we've been holding on to it. I've been holding on to how I really feel about what's been happening. I've been holding on to how that affected me. And when the 7/7 portal opens up, it will be an interesting weekend energetically. Make sure you're giving yourself some time to process that, and make sure that you're giving yourself some time to absorb it. 'Cause sometimes we don't give ourselves time to absorb energy that's around us. And I think that practicing that pause, even if it's for 30 seconds in a day, is extremely important. I do hope that that brought you a little bit of clarity. That is, something that I always aim to try and help everybody with. Is this is how I interpret it. This is what I'm feeling. This is what spirit's showing me, and just to share it with you. Pick it up if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm going to scroll up to the top. I have a little bit of time here today to just kind of take some questions. So it's good to see so many of you here. So a lot of people with can't sleep. A lot of people acknowledging the stiffness with the knees. Diane, could it make my back go out of whack? I struggle with chronic back pain, but I've good until yesterday. So Diane, that's a really interesting statement that you made. So if you've been good, it is very possible, how energy affects my body may affect your body very, very differently. It could be, Diane, it could be that's where the energetic bridge for you is more frequently crossed. It could also be, Diane, though, that you've been holding energy in your back. So we often hold energy in our physical bodies. Really simple example of this is if you're feeling stressed, what most of us often feel that tension in our shoulders. We hold energy in those places. So when we have a portal that's opening up that says, "Hey, how about you let that go?" and it kind of, here's a really good opportunity. Sometimes we realize where in our body we've been holding stuff. It's the same thing with a lot of people with anxiety. Quite often they will feel it in their chest, right? They'll feel that anxiety in their chest, or they'll feel it in their neck. We all hold things very, very differently. So if you haven't had an injury, or if it hasn't acted up recently, and you've got this thing going on with your physical body, just ask yourself for a moment, what are you holding there? And in giving yourself permission to let it go. If you go through that process and you still got that pain, or if it's something that you feel you need medical attention for, then absolutely see a doc. But just try giving yourself permission to not hold something in our physical body. It was one of the things that I often do whenever I'm not feeling great, is I'll ask myself, I'll pause, what's been going on? What's truly, I'm going to be brutally honest with myself. And that's one thing that we have a hard time with too. What is brutally honest here? Oh, well, you know what? I'm really not impressed with that. Right. I haven't voiced that. And quite often, either once I address it or journal it or give myself permission to let it go, tap back into your physical body. You will be surprised. I'm telling you right now, you will be surprised at how much holding on to energy that you don't need to affect your physical body. Okay, so that was very good, Diane. Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that. Let's see where we go. Okay, answer that. Good morning to all you coming in. I just want to see. Okay, so Anissa with her feet. Yeah, tweaking knee. Somebody else has a tweaking knee there. Linda Quinn. I just had to shift gears for a minute, Linda, because I'm just kind of tapping into connecting with the spirit dimensions there in regards to your husband. I can feel his hand on your lower back, and I can just feel him giving you like the very soft rub, a very soft acknowledgement, but with the hand, he's very gently trying to get you to just go forward in tiny steps when you're ready, and allowing yourself the process. He's very much okay in the spirit dimensions. I also feel that either you've had him come to you in a dream, or you're dreaming about him and not remembering, because he's showing me that he's trying to give you signs that he's very much okay. I also feel that he had this discussion with you that if anything ever happened to either one of you, that forward was important, because he's showing me that this is something that you were aware of, is that there's a forward momentum going in that. I also feel very much that it's like there's this disbelief. Could that be him? Could that be him? Could that be him? And I feel him very much going through that transition process. And there is a transition process when we cross over. So he's going through the healing, and he's going through, that all those steps that occur when we cross over. He needs you to know that he's very much okay. And he's trying to quiet that worry, right? I'm very much okay. Do have to keep an eye on the time, because I do have to move along here. Kayla 777 follows me everywhere. It's also my life path number. I love it. I love it. Hannah got 7 on her wrist. So I see it every day. I love that. Maruna, yes, about speaking up. I also feel like a bubble that might burst. So quite often, Maruna, with that bubble that might burst is ask yourself, what do I need to say? Speaking our truth, for some of us, we're afraid to. It makes us nervous. We don't want to hurt anybody, and we don't want to. And I feel with that, Maruna, it's just about coming back to your heart space to speak. And that's one thing that, if I start to feel, oh my goodness, I'm really agitated with whatever's going on, or with whoever's going on, I just come back to that heart space. I'm going to speak from that heart space, and I'm really going to hope that you receive the energy from the heart space that I'm speaking of. So yes, with that bubble bursting, and I think we're going to be coming into more and more of that space as July goes on, because we are being called forward. We are being called forward for the month of July, and I think into August, with how do you really feel about that? How do you want to navigate through this? Do you want to grow? I feel like that's going to become more and more amplified there. Linda, know how much you're loved and supported here. I love this community, with all the love that you share for one another, and how you pick each other up and help. You know what? I love it so much. It just it kind of it just fills my soul, right? I just love that, how you're aware of other people, and how you want to help, complete strangers, most of you, I'm sure, or you've gotten to know each other here on the channel. But I just love that you help and support and love one another. Dee Dee, today my father would have been 93. He passed in 84. I feel that you have continued, even though he's been gone a long time. I feel that you've continued your relationship with him, and that you feel him around you quite often. I also feel that you connect and receive a lot of guidance, whether you're aware that it comes from him or not. I feel like you connect there, and that it's sent, and I feel like you receive it. And one thing with spirit, no matter how long they can be gone 200 years. And it's for them, there's no time in the spirit dimension. So even ancestors that we never met, we can connect with very easily for help and for guidance. And I feel like you connect there a lot, Dee Dee. Joy, I see way more spirits last week, like my 33rd eye and my spiritual life have come to the life way more. Absolutely, Joy. I've talked about this a lot since January. This calendar year is a big growth for spirituality, a big growth in connecting. So, third eye opening, absolutely. That increase in awareness. And what's really exciting, and I even get really excited even talking about it, is the next several months is going to be, more of that connecting. A lot more people are reaching out to me with, I think I'm seeing spirit. What's wrong with me? And I'm like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. You're allowing your growth, and you're allowing your connection, and you're allowing yourself to work the way you want to work. And I feel there's going to be a lot more of that. Is the physical world going to go through some crap? Yeah, we're always going through some crap here in the physical world. That's why we're here. But I also feel that with that big shift in growth and collectiveness and oneness, there's going to be some big steps we will take it as humans here. I do have to get myself in gear. I know there's quite a few questions that I haven't gotten to. I will try and get back on here when I can. If I get any free time over the weekend, I'll pop on either here or on Facebook. I am at a baseball tournament, so it'll depend on how that goes with the time, and on how free I will be. But if I get some free time, I will pop back on. Just set your alerts. I don't always post because sometimes it's very random. Oh, I'm free right now. Or Spirit will say, how about we go online and give some messages? That's what happened last week. And I literally sat down, poured myself a nice glass of wine. And as I was about to take my first sip, Spirit was like, let's go on to and Facebook and give some messages. And I was like, oh, okay. So sometimes it is very sporadic. It is what it is. That's kind of how I flow with Spirit. I'm very fluid. However, they would need to work with me is I'm in. If I get some time, I'll pop on. If not, I want you all to enjoy the energy. Enjoy even when it feels kind of bumpy and rough. Enjoy the growth. Growing pains, is kind of how I remind myself, oh, I'm learning patience. That's one thing that I remind myself. I'm learning patience. Big thumbs up if you enjoyed spending time with me here this morning. I'll be on when I can. So much love to you all. Love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided weekend. Take good care.